First of all, the group that sent out that tweet about Donald's wife, it's not our super PAC. I don't know the people. We have no connection with them.
And you can't control that.
No, we can't control them. And I've never had a conversation. As far as I know, no one in my team has ever had a conversation with them. That Donald is a bully. That's how he approaches people. So he immediately threatened my wife. And I would say to Donald Trump, if you want a character fight, stick with me, because Heidi is way out of your league.
Well, that was Senator Ted Cruz and Maria earlier this morning discussing the fallout from a very sexist ad that was put out by one of the super PACs that's backing the senator. The ad was one of 3 social media ads that was promoted in Arizona, Utah. Now, the Cruz campaign, as you can see, denies any wrongdoing. However, I'm not sure that they actually disavowed the ad itself. The big question now is what happens to them? And really another question is, how much power do these candidates have over these super PACs? Joining me now, Guy Benson, Mercedes Schlapp, Lisa Boothe, and Morgan Ortagus. Morgan, let me ask you. First of all, I don't think I've heard Ted Cruz disavow the ad. I thought he should have said it was repugnant and ridiculous. I don't think he said that. And a lot of people are saying, though, that he could have said something to the super PAC, even though he's saying it's not associated with it.
Well, candidates are not supposed to coordinate with the super PACs, but I agree with you. It was not only was it a repugnant ad, it was a dumb ad. It did nothing. It was mean to Melania. It made no sense to go after the candidate's wife that way. As a woman, when I saw the ad, I went, okay, come on, guys, don't go after his wife. And I think everyone knows that I'm not a Trump fan, so he should have denounced it. Yes, I agree with that. Saying that, what Trump is brilliant at is, and he got beat handily last night in Utah by Cruz, and immediately he sends out the tweet and changes the narrative.
Well, but this was, again, I'm glad that we're nipping this in the bud, and I hope there's not retaliation, Guy, and I hope it goes away. And I thought there was an unwritten rule about kids and wives. Apparently there isn't, at least with respect, yeah, right, with respect to these outsiders who are trying to influence the outcome.
Right. I think it's important to know that this is not a Cruz super PAC. This is a super PAC called Make America Awesome, which has been around for months. It's anti-Trump, which sort of de facto is pro-Cruz.
But we know who's behind the ad, though. We know the person who's behind the ad.
Yeah, Liz Mayer. I'm friends with her.
Okay, so Ted Cruz's camp have reached out to her, even publicly. Tweeted Liz, hey, Liz, knock it off. It's a stupid ad.
Yeah, I think it'd be useful for Ted Cruz to say, let's leave our wives out of this, because Cruz had nothing to do with it. It was a cheap shot at Melania Trump, who's played a very minimal role in this campaign. But what did Trump do? He immediately attributed this to Ted Cruz and retaliated by threatening Cruz's wife. That is really low gutter politics from Donald Trump, which is what we see all the time from him.
Well, Mercedes, a lot of people feel like we've been in the gutter in this campaign for a long time. And, again, I don't know, if I'd seen my wife in that sort of an ad, I'm not sure how I would have reacted. But to the point of Cruz having some sort of influence, even if it's a PAC that's not associated with him, if it's using his name and says that they're trying to campaign on his behalf, what obligation does he have to try to stop this?
Well, I think it's important for Cruz to come out and again denounce the ad, and really, he really doesn't have control of the situation in terms of what this anti-Trump super PAC has decided. But I feel like I'm listening to the song from the Village People, Macho, Macho Man. It's like, who's that macho? Who could be more macho than the other? It's this complete, I think, one starts punching and then the other one tries to see how low they can keep punching. And what I find is that we're in the wake of what was a terrorist attack 36 hours ago in Brussels.
Right.
And what we need to be talking about is about our national security and our economy. That needs to be the focus primarily.
Well, real quick, let me ask.
Put the wives aside, put the children aside. They got to start acting like adults instead of these macho guys that they're trying to portray.
Lisa, we saw where Marco Rubio went down his path and it didn't work out for him. It's pretty clear to me that the voters in general don't like this kind of stuff anyway.
Right. Meanwhile, all the candidates are still beating their chests. But it's childish. It's a sideshow, and it really distracts from the main issues that are facing our country. As Mercedes mentioned, Brussels was attacked yesterday, a Western ally. This is an incredibly important issue that is going to take shape and that's going to be at the forefront of the 2016 debate. It's also a sideshow and a distraction from the real focus, which is Hillary Clinton, who is someone who has repeatedly lied to the American people about her emails. Right. Her private server, even lied about one of the victims' families, called the victim's family that she's a liar.
There's no doubt
that's where the focus should be about.
There's no doubt that Hillary Clinton's got to be somewhere smirking about all of this sort of infighting.
She's loving it.